Good evening. How are you guys? Good afternoon for some of you. I know some of you have been tuning in from other places. Um, this is Michael Almers. I'm with Deeper States Mind and Wellness. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and a neurolinguistic programmer. I want to talk a little bit about, I'm getting a lot of phone calls right now about anxiety. People are calling asking, is anxiety depression? Am I feeling the same thing? What's happening to me? Why is this happening to me? I've never had it. I've never experienced anxiety before. Um, I want to talk a little bit about that. So I have a clinical practice here in Cerritos, California, and prior to COVID-19, I was doing talks all over the country on anxiety, depression, life coaching, business coaching. So I wanted to just kind of touch base a little bit on kind of what you're feeling and what's happening out there. If you guys come on the Facebook page right now, this is being recorded for YouTube as well. But if you leave a comment on the comment space down below, I'll see it on the channel here, and I'll be able to address it and bring you on so we can actually talk about it. But what I want to talk about a little bit is, why does it happen? So I have a lot of people that are calling in and saying, oh, I'm having anxiety. I mean, I've never experienced this before. I don't know what's happening to me. Why am I feeling this way? Or what is causing this anxiety when I've never had it before? And all of a sudden, it's just coming in and it's getting to where it's debilitating to me. I have others calling in just saying, I've had this when I was much younger, and now all of a sudden it's starting to kick in again, and I'm starting to feel it, and it's happening all over again to me. So anxiety is caused by any kind of change. The unconscious mind goes in and neurologically learns how to cope or deal with something along our life. That could be a trauma that happened when you were young. It could be a trauma that's happened along, when you were an adolescent, or a trauma happening now. It's been a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? I mean, we keep opening up, closing down. Right now, I'm in California, and we've now closed our gyms again, and we've closed our hair salons to start leveling out the curve. The thing is that when we're used to having something that's very stable, you can think back and say, okay, well, how long have I been at my job? I was going to work every single day at this time. I was getting done. I would clock out. I'd come home, maybe stop at the store, then go pick up food, to go home and make dinner for my family and my kids. The thing is that anytime there's a drastic change, and it doesn't matter if it's a death in the family, doesn't matter if it's losing your job, doesn't matter if we're staying at home, as we are when we went through the stay-at-home situation. Anything like that is causing changes is going to make those changes mental. So the human mind loves consistency. It likes when things are consistent, and it becomes routine-based. But what's happening right now is a lot of you are going through anxiety and stress just by the changes that are happening. And we're all in this together. I was having clients come to me before this was happening. They were coming in before we were even having the opening and closing of businesses, people losing their jobs, people going in through a situation where they don't know what's happening in the stock market. They don't know what's happening to their investments. I mean, we're in a volatile situation right now. What I would tell you is that you have to be strong mentally, emotionally, and know that, we get through these things based on how we think. So if your thoughts are in a negative process and you continue negatively pulling in emotions and hearing new things that are negative all around you, one big thing of advice I give you is start only watching the news once a week. Make it on a Wednesday, so you're just being informed. Don't become consumed with it, so you're watching it all the time, 24/7. Negativity brings in negativity. Positivity brings in positivity, right? I've been noticing with watching the news, they give everything that's going on, and at the end they have one nugget, one little piece of information that it's just a feel-good kind of moment, right? So you kind of think, oh, and it desensitizes some of the emotions of the negativity you've seen from the beginning of the newscast up until where you are right now. Anxiety happens to people in different ways. I mean, some of you could be just, driving, to your job and be like, maybe the unconscious mind says something like, God, it's just so sad that all this is happening. And it clicks into that, and then you feel it physiologically. One thing I'd like to give you guys a nugget for today in order to deal with this is, remember, physiologically, we hold in what's happening to us. It all starts with a thought, right? So if you're thinking how horrible things are and how bad things are and how drastic things are, it removes the clarity of you being able to think clearly to make decisions based on a brain pattern as opposed to make a decision based on emotion. So know that because things are bad, they're worse for somebody else, and they could be worse for you, right? So change your state. And what I mean by that, Tony Robbins talks a lot about state changes. So if you're feeling kind of down, or and I do this sometimes, some of you know my background. I went through massive depression when I was younger after losing my mother. Some of these moments when you wake up feeling like, oh my God, I'm just overwhelmed, I feel exhausted, I feel tired, it's going to be so important for you to change your state. So minute you get out of the shower, look in the mirror and just kind of build yourself up. Lift your shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Put yourself in a positive place and just say, what am I grateful for today? What do I have? I have obviously eyes I can see. I have a nose I can breathe. I have hands. I have legs. I can go do something and build something new or create something new. Working out. You know what? Don't be upset. Don't be sad. Don't be pissed that now the gym's closed. I mean, channel that energy. So now start going for a walk. That old bike you have in the garage, pull it out. Fix it up. Go for a long ride. Start getting yourself active in a different way. People that can't get into a restaurant, that could be big. I mean, that's all they ever had. The social bind that they had, the social grouping they had was all based around going and having dinner with friends. You can still do that. Have dinner with friends via Zoom. Connect with people. Don't let yourself sit at home. Don't let yourself get in that funk, because that's what anxiety is like. Some people say anxiety feels like something's just off. And that's usually the beginning of it. Something just doesn't feel right. Or as it starts to progress, it becomes this feeling of being overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I have to drive to this place tomorrow. And some it starts the night before. One way to dissolve that or remove that is make lists before you go to bed. Sit down and write down what it is. Write down what you're going to accomplish for tomorrow, how you're going to get it done. It eases the mind. It allows you to sleep. Some people have anxiety so bad it turns into depression. Those are my clinical clients. Those are the ones that sit in front of my chair when I had the brick and mortar. And we'd have to go through the whole process of how long did this start? Where did it come from? So if you're having anxiety right now, remove it. Think differently. Change your state. Change your body image. Change the way you feel. Change the way, bring yourself up. Close your eyes. Go in and think about a time that you just were successful at something and it felt so good. Build a state change in your physical body based on what your brain is thinking. Because you got to remember now, everything starts in this power plant, right? The power plant of your brain is producing chemicals constantly. It's dictating how the rest of you feel, how the rest of your body is going to react, how the rest of you as a human is going to react to the outcome. So go in there and check yourself. If you're going to go drive your car across country, you're going to check it for gas. You're going to check it for oil. You're going to make sure everything's properly running, right? Your body is the same way. Something feels off, check it. Check it by finding out the good things that you have. And if something's not, say you didn't sleep well, then go in, there's a tea, you can get a tea, like a sleepy time tea. Use that to be able to assist you to be able to start sleeping at night, to relax. I have an MP3 I'm going to give out at the end of this. For free, you guys can just go into my website. I'm going to post a link. Hopefully you can follow the link. If you can't, just go to deeperstate.com and hopefully, like before you pull out of the deeperstate.com, it'll pop up a box where you can just give your information, email. And right now, I will send you out a free MP3 you can use to help yourself fall asleep at night. It soothes your mind, it calms down the processes, but really, the biggest thing you can do right now if you're not sleeping at night is before you go to bed, make a gratitude list. List 5 things you're grateful for. Simple things. Grateful that you have eyesight, grateful that you can smell, grateful that you have lips and teeth to eat food. And then if you have something pressing in your mind, write that down, an action list for tomorrow. While you sleep, your body needs to heal. Okay, it goes in what we call a homeostasis state. It naturally tries to balance itself out, and it heals. If you're missing that healing time because you're not sleeping well or you're not getting enough rest, it's going to affect the rest of your day. Not only that, it's going to affect your emotions. So do that check. Do it in the morning, do it before you go to bed. Change the body state. Go back and close your eyes. Imagine sometime that you did something that was really just awesome, or something that maybe you felt like you weren't going to be able to accomplish something and it was just overwhelming. It was huge. And then you went through and you put in what you thought you had to do and you put an action plan to it. Just because we're going through this time right now doesn't mean that you don't have hopes, you don't have dreams, and you have to. That's one thing that makes the world always go around, you guys, is that if you can all continue to hope and dream, you create awesome things. So Deeper States Mind and Wellness, our wellness side is natural soaps, body lotions. We had soy candles that were being created for us. During this time, I mean, I have gone through and said, okay, you know what? People are sitting at home, they're not having the spa experience. Sometimes it's even hard for us to even like sit there and say, well, what can I do for myself today that makes me remember that I'm human, remember that I'm a loving being and that I need to be nurtured, I need to be cared for. The people that live alone right now and are having to go through this time by themselves, man, it's got to be hard. And I understand that. I have roommates, I have 2 dogs. If you're living alone, it's a difficult time. But keep that future going, keep that belief system, start something new. I have clients right now that during this downtime, I have a 16-year-old that I've been coaching for an athletic sport. We interviewed her some time back. But, she is actually getting ready to start a business to kick off for her summer break. And it's an awesome idea. And she'll make some money. But she's also going to learn how to run a company online and how to be able to build an online store. I have another client that, they closed her hair shop down. We can't, the salons are all closed. So she's got no clientele. And she's been producing now. She was like, okay, she's been making videos, but we actually got locked down on how to use, hair color numbers based on your hair and how to be able to like get it in and be able to like move it through and everything, beginning to end. She's, now that we're closed down, she right away, she started getting orders in and she's handling it. She's doing really, really well. And it wasn't a huge jump for her because she already knew the color. All she needed were bottles, right? All she needed was find a way to be able to take their money. Well, she signed up for PayPal and now she sends them a link to the video that they watch, and then she packages it and ships it out. I have another client that owns a financial company, and she's been really going out and informing the people what's happening. We're in a very difficult time. Things are changing. Now she's doing webinars and, she's actually getting herself out there. So this roller coaster ride you're on it can't be completely negative, because if you stay in that negative field, your unconscious mind is going to make you feel lesser than, and it'll become a problem. So deal with it now as opposed to wait for it to get later. I'm going to give you nuggets like this and try to keep getting in here. I want to give you something maybe 2 or 3 times a week where we can just connect, and hopefully we can build this. And if you guys have questions, please do ask them on the bottom, because at the end of my talk right now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me questions, and I will give you my best ability, what I would do with a client and how I would change that. But I'm going to put the website down below if you want to write it down. I don't know if it's clickable. I don't know how it works on your side on this program. But if you go to it, it's going to give you a free download MP3. And what it's going to do is the download MP3 is going to actually help you kind of clear your mind. It's going to confuse you a little bit. It's going to give you something to focus on. And then it's going to play relaxing music. It's going to slow down your breathing, and eventually you're just going to fall into a nice natural sleep. There are tools out there, like I said, the Sleepy Time Tea. If you're having really hard time sleeping and you're not sleeping, use the Sleepy Time Tea. But really recheck yourself. Every time you're feeling that, check it. Find out where it's coming from. Change it. Get yourself to feel different. Get yourself to feel better. Get yourself to feel the way you want to feel, not the way your emotions are telling you you're supposed to feel physically. Because I'll tell you, anxiety can end up turning into a place where it becomes physical, okay? Might start mental, but as it grows and you are having more and more anxiety, it'll either turn into depression sometimes, or it just becomes such a panic attack feeling inside. You might feel like you're having a heart attack. Some people were having that before this was even going on. Okay. I mean, I have clients who are like, oh my God, I was suffering from panic attacks for so long, all my life. And it's usually based on a situation. It's based on something you've experienced. And it's just the way your unconscious mind is trying to cope with this. So if you're suffering from anxiety and you'd like for myself or one of my therapists to work with you, we are taking clients at this time. We'll work out a program that works for you. Just give me a call at 562-426-6884, or you can just email me at info@deeperstate.com. And then we'll set up a free, we normally charge for a strategy call. We'll do a 15-minute strategy call for free with one of my therapists. It might not be me. Just depends on how full I am with my own clients. But I want to give you these nuggets right now. So remember, you're feeling these feelings, check yourself. Change your state change. Imagine, feel something that is just empowering to you, and acknowledge it and let it move through your body. Remember that time as if it just happened this moment. Take a deep breath, just let it out. What I like to do also is, I do this quite often, is in the morning when I'm showering. Look, even now, you have to realize that there are things that you're growing to, things that you can handle, things that you can change. Don't give up hope on that, because that's the one thing we have to have is hope. All right, you guys, this was short. It was quick. I don't see anybody leaving me questions, but hopefully if you have questions, please do leave them in the comments. I'll go ahead and answer them later on when I see them in the comments here on the Facebook Live feed. But if you like this content, invite your friends over to this page and have them follow us. I'm going to start doing more and more of these. I talked a little bit about the candles. I've been making candles during this time and really perfecting it, and knowing that there's more I can do and what I can put out there. That's over at the Facebook page. It's called Deep Forest Cove, and we're going to have the soaps and lotions and candles on there. I'm bringing all this stuff back. So right now what's been happening is whenever something goes on the Deeper States Mind and Wellness page and it goes into the wellness store, it's selling pretty quickly. So we're not even listing it. People are just kind of listing it. They buy it, I ship it. So, but as we build product and we start putting things together and putting it in the store, you guys are welcome to shop that, just to kind of give you a little bit of feeling a little more grounded, a little more connected. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate you very much. I wish you the best. And again, my name is Michael Alvarez, Deeper States Mind and Wellness. I'm a hypnotherapist, neurolinguistic programmer. Contact me. I'm willing to talk to any of you guys. We're giving right now, we're doing a 15-minute strategy call. Normally it's $85. Since COVID started, we've been offering that for free. We set it up, and it is a video call because we want to make sure I can read your body language, your eye movements. I can see what's happening really with you neurologically. You can call at 562-426-6884, hit 1. We'll schedule a strategy call for you. You can email me, Michael@DeeperState, or info@deeperstate.com. And then, like I said, for the soaps and lotions, you can hit the website that's scrolling on the bottom. Other than that, guys, happy Monday, starting of the week. Go out there, do something great, do something phenomenal, not just for yourself, but for others. It helps. All right, guys, thank you and take care. Good talking to you, and have a great day, great evening at this